Hello everyone, it's Darkseeker here again. Welcome back for another video. Now, in my last video, I featured Hunter on the wild mode ladder, suffered badly for it, got knocked to rank 5. This is now my mission to get back to rank 4, and I'm going to be examining two different Renolock decks. The KB1127 deck on the left is essentially a demon Renolock deck with Bloodreaver Gul'dan and a whole host of demons. The deck on the right hand side is an Enzoth Reno deck which also plays demons, so it's trying to get a balancing act between deathrattle minions and demons. So we're going to be comparing both decks. At the end of the video I'll give you my judgment on which deck I think is the better deck, and we're actually going to be starting off with the Enzoth deck on the right hand side, and we're going to be looking at how easy it is to balance demons and deathrattle minions, in essence being quite greedy with our value. So we're starting off against another warlock here, and keeping the Tar Creeper is reasonable, I think, as a 3-drop. Kazakus is perhaps not what you want to see in your opening hand, given that I do have Brown Bronzebeard in this deck, and I want to see if we can get Brown Kazakus value. That's always insane. We do have a curve. We have a Creeper into a Shredder, which is pretty good. And we'll see what he does here. Does he tap? Will he tap? Or are we actually going up against Zulok? No, there's a tap. So it's most likely some kind of Renolock, whether it's a demon heavy Renolock, or an Enzoth Renolock, or a Renolock that plays both, like my deck. We shall see. Twilight Drake. Now, my deck does not play Twilight Drake, or Mountain Giant for that matter, because you've got to make room for the demons. So the fact that he's got Twilight Drake in the deck makes me think that maybe it's more of a traditional Renolock. Maybe with Jiraxxus, for example. And but no Bloodreaver Gul'dan. Of course, we play Jiraxxus as well in this deck, so we are very greedy. We have like 3 win conditions with this deck. We have Enzoth the Corruptor, we have Bloodreaver Gul'dan, and we have Jiraxxus. That's insane. And that is very awkward. The Shambler there blocking my path. I mean, I could try and get through with Dark Bomb, and I'd have to throw everything in. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait and see what he does, let him make the moves, and I'll react accordingly. I was hoping for the double trade there from him, but he's paused, which makes me think he's probably got Mortal Coil. Oh look, called it. There's the Mortal Coil. So, and the Kazakus. Wow. Okay, very early Kazakus here. Can we assume he's going for a 10-cost potion? Because he knows that there are some big threats in my deck, and that Mystic Wool from a 10-cost potion would be very good at neutralizing me. Or would he have taken a 5-cost potion? Okay, we're just doing what we can here to clear board. The Drake, though, is rather annoying. We'll have to find a way to deal with it. Now, Doomguard. There's a card that I'm not too keen on. Look at my hand here. Would you want to discard any of those cards? Probably not, right? So, Doomguard is a bit of a mystery to me. Why would that be in the deck? I mean, it's a great finisher. It can do 5 to the face and kill your opponent potentially, but the discard effect, if you're not killing your opponent on a given turn, the discard effect is quite damaging. I mean, the charge effect is also a survival tool. It may allow you to trade into something on the board immediately, thus removing their lethal on their turn, but I'm not convinced by it. And there's the Mountain Giant. Oh, we did take the 5-cost potion. Interesting. And he's pushing face. He's being very, very aggressive here. I think that's the benefit of Twilight Drake and Mountain Giant in Renolock. You can push a lot of aggression very early, particularly if your opponent can't deal with it, but we can deal with it, and healing there for 26 feels really, really good. Obviously, playing Reno here is important for us to stay alive, but we now need to understand... Oh, that's bad. We now need to understand that Reno's gone, and in terms of healing, we're limited to heal bot, we're limited to Kazakus potions. Oh no, we can't play Kazakus because it got pulled by the bloody rat. So we're limited to heal bot, we're limited to Jiraxis in essence now. Oh, and Mal'Ganis to stay alive. So it's worth remembering that our Reno has been used up. Now this board is quite awkward to get through.
So many possibilities.
I'm eyeing Defile potentially, but what does that actually do here? I'm still trying to get my head around how the Defile mechanic works. There's a bit of calculation needed. It's a little bit confusing. So, do I play it? Or do I just Shadow Flame? No, we tap. Tapping is good. Yeah, I don't even know if this is efficient or worthwhile, but I just did it because the rope was burning and I just got to make a play. And I'm just going to play Bran here. I think playing Bran's better than the Void Caller. I mean, oh god, my Kazakus is gone. What else am I going to do with Bran that's truly useful? I could Bran Doomguard for a double discard effect. Now wouldn't that be funny? Okay, we just go all in here. We need stuff on the board to deal with the Lich King. So he's going to get another turn of value with the Lich King. That's pretty annoying. He's really taking his time to think about things, though, which is, I guess, it's good. I mean, I took my turn on my time on the previous turn, ended up roping. Probably still made the wrong play. I don't know. Oh, now he uses Defile. Oh, look, we actually get value for once. The Doom Guard! Wahey! Oh, the end is coming. So Void Caller actually did its job. Brought out the Doom Guard. Wonderful. Okay, so what do we do now?
A paltry task.
I think we set up Jiraxis. The reason I'm doing this is because next turn I can hide behind Sludge Belcher and then I can start bringing out the 6/6 Infernals. I quite like this actually. And of course playing Jiraxis now is reasonable. You just hope he hasn't drawn the Ooze. Oh my god, Frostmourne. To the face? Interesting. Oh, he's trying to race me again, so we get rid of it. And he gets no value on any minions being summoned onto his board. So we have quite a commanding board presence here. We have Sylvanas as backup. We have Healbot to stay alive. What more could you want? And you can see on the left the cards that he's played. If you're watching this on a mobile device, you probably can't make them out. But we've seen the big threats in Mountain Giant. We've seen Twilight Drake, we've seen the Lich King, and we've seen Twisting Nether. And that's really useful information for strategizing. Because now you're thinking, okay, Twisting Nether is your massive, massive board clear that removes everything, guaranteed. Apart from something like a Ooze, of course, from a Belcher. But it's your big tool to get rid of my board. Now that you've used it, what are you going to do? What are you relying on? Or rather, more importantly, what Lich King cards did you get and are you going to be using? Because the Lich King does give you some pretty amazing cards. But there's also a couple of cards from the Lich King that are not good in Renolock. So, let's see. Can he respond? Does he have Reno? Does he have a solution?
You face Jaraxxus,
You face Jaraxxus. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we put him to 3. We put him to 3. And even if he has Reno here, I think he's still dead. 12 plus 3, 15. But no, Siphon Soul saving him. Blast Crystal Potion saving him. Interesting game. Hellfire. He's dead. And I'm actually going to give him a genuine well played. And I'm going to say greetings, just because I love the Jaraxxus emote. The You Face Jaraxxus. I think it's so brilliant. No BM intended there. Anyway, yeah, he wasn't happy about that, or she. Got a friend request, and yeah, 3 little lines there. Apparently I'm a lucker. That must mean I'm lucky. I'm an emote spammer. It was just 2 emotes, and I'm a noob kid apparently. Yeah, okay. So sore loser, and I felt bad for him. He didn't get Reno when he needed it. He uses Kazakus early for a 5-cost potion, which probably screwed him a little. Anyway, so we're now going to have a look at the second deck. So the deck on the left-hand side, the KB1127 Renolock. And this is more exclusively a demon version without Enzoth the Corruptor. So let's have a look at our first game, and it's against a warrior. Now, I'll give you one guess. Yeah, it's probably Pirate Warrior. It's always Pirate Warrior, right? What else could it be? I mean, did the Frozen Throne really make Control Warrior that much more effective? I don't think it did. Control Warrior received a couple of cards that allow it to sort of continue to last into the late game. But I don't know if it received anything that was groundbreaking, truly groundbreaking. And this is Pirate Warrior, because he just equipped a 1-attack weapon. And just hit me in the face for 1, which was a bit of a sorry attack, really. It was a bit of a silly, sort of a weak attack. That's the word I'm looking for. There wasn't much oomph behind it. In the meantime, I have a pretty good hand to combat Pirate Warrior. I have the Crawler, I have Kazakus for the 4 damage potion, I have the Ooze. Yeah, we're quite happy with what's in our hand. There's a haha. So he was waiting. He was waiting for the cannon value, and he's getting an awful amount of cannon value there. Awful for my face, because our health has just taken a real hammering. So I guess we draw here. That's pretty good. So maybe the Void Caller can bring out our 5-cost demon. But anyway, the cannon is still on the board, and that is a problem. Kind of. Sort of. And I've said in previous videos that one of my hobbies is bullying pirate warriors with control decks, and because it's a pirate warrior, it's definitely worth an emote. Oh my god, this is a pirate warrior that trades. Oh, when you see that, you sort of know, yeah, he's lost the game. Because that damage, instead of going to my face, was going into my minions, and as a Renolock, that's what you want to see. All we need to do now is draw Reno, and once we get Reno, we're happy.
Well played.
And this is actually a pirate warrior that's thinking about his plays.
Blood and plunder.
Okay, interesting. So, I could have played the Hellfire there, and then traded the Void Caller. I'm going to keep the Hellfire. It could have some additional value. Just going face, sure. Was there any reason to keep the Hellfire? I mean, it's good against Bloodsail Raider, right? With 3 health. It's good against Southsea Captain. Anyway, Healbot is nearly as good as a Reno in this situation. It boosts us up to 21. We're now taking more damage to the face, so we're back. We're back to 14, which is you know, typical of Pirate Warrior, right?
Buying or selling.
Okay. So we have a nice little board here. Still no Reno. The calculation that you need to make is, can he kill you? What cards can the warrior play that could kill you? And so combinations like Arcanite Reaper, Heroic Strike start to go through your head. Arcanite Reaper, Mortal Strike, these kind of combos. Arcanite Reaper, double Heroic Strike. Yeah, I've died to that before. That's always fun. Well, you can't blame him. He knows he's never going to get the board back, so he's just hitting my face. And we do not have a Reno in our hand. That's pretty awkward. I played the heal bot earlier thinking, yay, heal bots, and I healed to a respectable health total. And in just 2 short turns, he's damaged us to the point where we are fearing for our life. It could just be time for Reno Kazakus here. I'm taking 5 cost. I'm going to take the damage. Right, oh look, there's armor. And we'll take the damage. Kill the Berserker. Go face. Happy days. So we've seen a Mortal Strike. That's good, I guess. So 5 damage, 7 armor there. The armor is critical for us. Oh my god, he had Leroy. We came really close to dying there. Really close. Yeah, it just came down to 1 turn. And now he's dead. But I'm pretty happy. Oh, look, there's Mal'Ganis. Can't play him, damn it. I was pretty happy that we were able to survive that game and win the game without Reno. That felt good. Okay, let's look at one final game. So, it's another warrior, and we're going to keep the Shadow Bolt. Shadow Bolt's really good against Frothing Berserker. It's really good against a buffed up Blood Cell Raider. And maybe in this game we'll get lucky and draw Reno.
Job's done.
Maybe. Another Pirate Warrior. Yeah, there's Sir Finley. And he gets the Hunter Hero Power. Wow, okay. Oh, and in response we get our Reno. And there's the difference maker right there. Having Reno in your hand, being able to use him when you need him, that flexibility is the difference maker. Mistress of Mixtures is also going to be additional healing for us, so we should just be able to outlast him in this game. And he trades. Interesting. The previous opponent did trade as well, and I mean that allowed me to survive for a little bit longer. I was debating whether or not to use the ooze there. I think it's fine, because it gives me essentially control of the board at this juncture. Of course, dependent on what he plays now. I'd really like to see Frothing Berserker. I'd love to see Frothing, because I've just got ways of dealing with it. I have Mortal Coil plus the trade. I have Shadow Bolt. I'd love to see Frothing. And this is another Pirate Warrior that's thinking his turns through, or her turns through. Really thinking hard here. I respect that. I respect aggro decks that think. And ask and you shall receive. There is the Frothing Berserker, which is going to die a horrible death here. Do I play that? Do I play the Mistress here? There's no need. I want to wait till my health total goes down a little bit lower, and then we'll play the Mistress so we can benefit fully from the 4 health. There's the Reaper. So I guess he's trying to make me feel bad about playing the ooze, right? And that's always a consideration. Do you save the ooze for the bigger weapon? Or do you use it against a smaller weapon just to give yourself a bit more control and initiative? Oh, okay, interesting. So Kazakus here for 5 cost. Oh look, 4 damage to all minions. Well, that's what we need, and now I don't care what else I select here. All I wanted was the 4 damage to all minions, and we got it. That deals with another Berserker, that deals with Sassy Captain, it deals with a whole host of different threats. What will he do with the second charge of that Reaper? This is the question. He's trading. Wow. I guess he's playing around Shadow Flame. Oh, he's not trading! He's going face! Okay. There's Blood Reaver Gul'dan. Sure. I'm going to play the Hellfire and draw a card here. I think that's reasonable. Now is a good time to play the Mistress, I think. Now we get some guaranteed healing, which is nice. But look, if the Warlock hasn't killed you by turn 6, and you have Reno in hand, you're pretty safe. I mean, I even feel brave enough to tap here. That's how brave I feel. But, I don't know. Sure. Okay, Twilight Drake, big body on the board. We may even be able to play the Lich King next turn, which is very exciting. I mean, as a control deck, how often do you get to play your control-centric cards against aggro decks? Because usually they just kill you before you can. Trading! Interesting. Okay, he wants to buff up his frothing, so he put his face in. Sure. What a phenomenal entrance there from the Lich King. The trouble with that entrance, though, is that when I play Hearthstone on my phone, that entrance sort of... my phone doesn't like it. My phone can't cope with it. But anyway, we got to play the Lich King against Pirate Warrior. That makes me very happy. Okay, so we played 2 decks. Which deck do I prefer? Now, I've only played a small number of games with both of these decks, and I mean, both the videos that you saw there for both decks, you can't really compare them, because with one deck we went up against control, with the other deck we went up against aggro. It's difficult. You would need to see a whole variety of different games in different circumstances, different situations, seeing where both of these decks can shine against aggro and control. Do you know what? I know this sounds silly, but my preference is first of all the deck that doesn't play Doomguard, because I really don't like Doomguard. So the KB1127 deck is probably my preferred deck. But then I think about the demons that come back from Blood Reaver Gul'dan, and once they've been resurrected and they die to a big AoE, what do you have left in the KB1127 deck? Whereas in the Enzoth deck, you still have Enzoth the Corruptor as an additional threat. And I also like Sylvanas in the Enzoth deck. I think Sylvanas in Renolock is so important. I think she's such a big threat on her own, because often they never know what to do when she hits the board. Do you trade in and give your opponent a minion and hope it's a bad one, or do you just ignore her? Do you go face? But then if you do that, you know, what if they have Shadow Flame and then they guarantee to steal something big? Sylvanas is big in her own right. If you take the Doomguard out and put something else in, I'd actually be leaning towards the Enzoth version, just for the greed and the incredible value that it offers. I'd even be tempted to take out the Doomguard and put in something cheap, something small that can be reliable against aggro decks. So, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you found the video useful. It's why I produce these videos. And, you know, I'm just trying to encourage more and more people to play Wild Mode, because it's so exciting, it's so fun, and eventually in a couple of months, once Standard Mode becomes boring and everyone's playing the same decks, at the very least, you're going to get a little bit more variety with Wild Mode. So yeah, keep watching my channel, do subscribe if you're interested in Wild Mode content. There will be more to come in the future. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you all again very soon.